Yes, my people, here. Final updates and final notice from Supreme Court. The talk say that tomorrow, 26th of October 2023, now they want to deliver judgment on top Atiku and Peter Obi case. Final update. In fact, as they release this notice, they release this letter where they see like this from Supreme Court. Now they drop one post. Listen to what they talk. He talk say, I guess at the very least, I will get to tell my grandchildren that in 2023, because of some journalistic work I did as a private citizen, the Nigerian Supreme Court moved up its verdict so as to protect a criminal with an impending FBI criminal records disclosure. You know, say, FBI don't agree, say they go release 2,500 pages of Tinubu records. And they say that every month, say they will release them 500 pages per month. And they say they go start by end of October. So because of that date, Tinubu can go file appeal to slow down the release of those documents so that at least he go delay till Supreme Court give judgment. Then David and in whether a journalist have been now, that's plain sight runner. Can't go meet court. Say make them hasten of this. Say make them try release them before Supreme Court give their judgment. But you know, say if FBI don't pick date, then don't pick date. Now that date now they will take to the what they want to do. Now they can't reject the appeal with the David file. As they reject her, now Supreme Court tossing now tomorrow they want to release judgment to before mountain go reach where FBI go start to the release. But they no go release the record now. We're going to see because Tinubu don't tell them there say releasing this record go do irreparable. as he tell them for Chicago say if they release the record it go do irreparable damage to them. That's why you see they tell them for Washington DC say releasing this record go do irreparable damage to them. Now make I read the report from Supreme Court anyway for you, according to People Gazette. So this thing now they said by tomorrow, the record will be the judgment will be given on which is 26th of October. Let me read it, please. Now here is it. It said Supreme Court to determine Tinubu's fate on Thursday. The Supreme Court of Nigeria will rule on Thursday regarding the appeals to oust President Bola Tinubu from office. As recorded in the court docket officially marked by Registrar Zainab Garba, the Apex Court issued a directive regarding the judgment disclosing its schedule for October 26th. Take notice that judgment will be delivered in the above mentioned matter on Thursday, 26th day of October 2023, before the Supreme Court of Nigeria sitting at Law Court District Area, Abuja. The court document stated, with the suit number blah 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 2023 indicated at the top right corner of the paper. Now he said here, the central issue before the court hinges on the determination of whether the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal conducted by the Court of Appeal erred in law in dismissing the appeals filed by both Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party PDP and Peter Obi of the Labour Party on the grounds of lacking merit. In particular significance, the Apex Court is tasked with deciding whether to consider and admit the evidence presented by Mr. Abubakar revealing allegations of certificate forgery by Mr. Tinubu. The Apex Court will deliberate on the sufficiency of all arguments, facts, and evidence presented, assessing whether they are substantial enough to overturn the results of the February 25th presidential election or potentially disqualify the proclaimed victor, Mr. Tinubu, and his political party, the All Progressive Congress, APC, based on allegations of electoral law violations. With its wide discretionary powers in determining the admissibility of such fresh evidence, the court stands at a crossroad whether political integrity and moral principles can come under scrutiny. So that's the matter there. Not preempting the court. You know, everybody already for the country, just ask 90% of people in the country. They will tell you there's nothing the court, no Nigerian judiciary, as far as Nigeria. So recently we were celebrating that a court in the UK, Nigeria won a case in the UK against some set of people that wanted Nigeria to pay them $11 billion for a contract, a fraudulent contract they did not conduct, they did not execute. They want Nigeria to pay them $11 billion, you know. And a court in the UK dismissed the case. So the Minister of Justice was like appreciating them and, you know, praising their doggedness in doing the right thing. So some people were like, so you see the way judiciary works, right? See, what's that lady's name? Designing. They're about to bring her back to Nigeria to come and face Nigerian listen, because a court there judged against her, even fined her $70,000 pounds for bail. The other guy, James Ibori in UK again, was trying to, you know, to use a case, a lawyer to appeal the judgment of the UK court. And what did they do? They fined the lawyer who he brought 27 million pounds for coming to appeal. And the crime, he committed it against Nigeria. But today he's dining and whining with the president. So that's exactly the kind of judicial system we have in Nigeria compared to other ones. And then it's unfortunate that our own Minister of Justice is not appreciating another Ministry of Justice. Somebody even said that if that case happened in Nigeria, now it won't go the way it went. Look at the one of Ike Kuremadu. How would that small boy would have won a case against Ike Kuremadu? How? It can never happen in this country. It's not possible. So that is exactly the things that you can use to foresee what to expect from the Supreme Court tomorrow. I'm not preempting the court. I'm not saying they are going to judge this way or judge that way. Whichever way they judge, we already know what they are going to judge, so there's no point.
So guys, tomorrow is the day Supreme Court will either kill Nigeria or rebuild our nation. Like I've always said, we are not begging them to do their job. We are not begging them to do what is right. We are not begging them to follow the constitution. If they like, make them follow Tinubu's constitution. But if they do the right thing, kudos to them, kudos to the judiciary. For Nigerians, we give them their flowers. And if they do the wrong thing, posterity will judge them. And the best advice I will give to them is to take the constitution and throw it into River Niger. Maybe it's going to be useful for the Mamu water there. Legalizing illegality by the Supreme Court must be opposed at all costs. It was announced that the Supreme Court judgment will be on the 2nd of November. Now, we hear say they brought it backward by a week to October 26. No be juju be that. This will not be even juju matter because they have already written their judgment. How come the judgment is ready ahead of time? The injustices must be clear on this and explain to us. Anyway, they know the reason why they did that. If this is all aimed to transverse justice on the altar of technicalities, then they must take it to the bank that injustice will be rejected at all costs. Nigeria must breathe. Our children must also be handed down a good future that they will be proud of. If our parents, our grandparents failed us, then we shouldn't fail our children. Nigerians must reject any form of imposition of a man who did not meet the constitutional requirement to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes, so as well as a man with so much disturbing, questionable character that is yet to explain. He is even yet to reintroduce himself like Peter Obi called him out to do, but he is still hiding in his coven. What Tinubu cannot do, cannot corrupt, is it does not exist. We know very well that Nigeria is dealing with diabolical forces. This is not just a physical something, it's a spiritual something. And this is one of the problems we have in our political system. And we also know that the verdict is already fixed, like football match. But at least we still want to hear it from their mouths, so that history can have it that the judges destroyed our country. Alright guys, please like this video and keep following Just Estate. I will give you guys breaking news from tomorrow's verdict.